It's midday. It's around lunchtime. The sun is really hot. It's making everyone tired and a bit sweaty and a bit smelly. Our story takes place at a desert, at a water well. Imagine yourself there this morning. Imagine yourself at the well in that desert place. Do you remember the last time you were really thirsty? Do you remember that feeling in your mouth of real thirst? Hopefully, on your way in this morning, you picked up some crackers. I invite you to eat your crackers now. If you're at home, I hope you've got a cracker or a biscuit. Eat your biscuit or your cracker now. As you eat, focus on how dry your mouth becomes. If you've got Jacob's cream crackers, you're going to be the thirstiest. Think about that feeling as you are eating. Think about that unpleasant dryness that comes with eating the biscuit. I'm really not being rude, this is part of it. Are you thirsty? Here in our story this morning, two people meet, both thirsty. One was Jesus. He wanted some water. One was a woman. She wanted some water. Two people met, both thirsty. One was Jesus, a man, a Jewish man, a rabbi teacher. One was a woman, a Samaritan woman, an unmarried nobody. Two people met, both thirsty. One was Jesus, who was at this well, diverted through Samaria on his way to Galilee, alone. One was a woman at this well. In the exhausting midday heat, alone. Two people met, both thirsty. One was Jesus, the Messiah. One was a woman, an outcast. Jesus shouldn't have been there. He was on his way from Judea to Galilee. He was a Jew in Samaria. The two didn't mix. It's a bit like Burnley and Blackburn football teams. The two don't mix. Jews and Samaritans don't mix. He was in enemy territory. The woman shouldn't have been there. Not at that time anyway. She should be visiting the well to fetch water with the other women, either earlier or later in the day when it's cooler. And yet she finds it easier to go when the sun is at its hottest, to risk fainting from the walk and the heat. Why? She goes at midday to be alone, to avoid the nasty looks, the rejection, the mutterings from the others. You see, this woman had relationship after relationship with many a different man. Even the man she was with now, she wasn't married to. This was shameful behavior. And because of her past, she was cast out by the others in her hometown. They thought she was dirty. Jesus shouldn't have been speaking to the woman. Definitely not in public. The two didn't mix. That's why she challenges him when he asks her for a drink from the well. But Jesus spoke to her anyway. He saw her. He knew everything about her past and present, and he still chose to speak to her. How could this man know everything about me? As soon as she realizes he must be a special kind of person, a prophet, she asks him, "How can I worship God?" Jesus tells her that we worship God most importantly in our heart. He saw her heart and he chose to speak to her. And look at what he told her. We didn't have it in the reading, it's a bit later on. This woman, this dirty, cast out woman, was the first person he revealed himself to as the Messiah. Wow. This outcast was the first person that Jesus chose to tell, "I am the Messiah." The woman wasn't just physically thirsty from the hot sun. She was spiritually thirsty too. She was lonely, unloved, unaccepted, disrespected, abused. She was thirsty for love, for forgiveness, for a full life. She was thirsty for God. And that's why she asks, where can she worship? Her visit to the well that day didn't just get her water for her physical thirst. In meeting Jesus, she received living water for her spiritual thirst too. Everything that she longed for, she found in her encounter with Jesus. Two people met, both thirsty. One was Jesus, the Messiah. One was a woman, the loved. Remember that dry, parched feeling of thirst in your mouth this morning? Imagine you are here at the well. I invite you to close your eyes and listen to the following words with me. Two people meet, both thirsty. One is Jesus. One is you. Two people meet. One is Jesus. He looks at you. He sees you. He knows you. He loves you. Look in his eyes. He says, I have something for you. I have something that will satisfy your every need, your every longing. I have living water. Whatever you lack, I have. Whether it's love, peace, joy, strength, courage, companionship, hope, belonging, forgiveness, grace, mercy, acceptance, life. Come, drink from me, and you will never be thirsty again. If you'd like to take a drink from Jesus this morning, come visit the well. Come choose his living water. If you want to visit the well this morning, come. Jesus is here for you. His living water is here for you to draw from this morning. Jesus says, come. Come to me and you will never be thirsty again.